Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Skakel in the house. Now we have some discrepancies here. Let's see what's going on here. All right. We got on the iMac, I see the conversations, but I don't see them. Absolutely, absolutely. On my iPhone, I see no chat, but I see it on the iMac, so we're just gonna have to figure it out. A technical difficulty. What up, Jeffrey? What up, everyone? I'm looking for a button on the iPhone. Let's see here. I don't know how to fix the iPhone stream, but hey, such is life in the Earl world. Such is life. Earl Skakel in the house live on a Tuesday morning. We're just chilling right now. Lois is passed out sleeping. So, welcome. I'm trying to look at the buttons on my phone. There's a camera. We're just going to fuck around and see what this button does. Retouch on. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Green screen. Whoa, whoa. I don't like that. All right. I don't know how to edit it, but what up, Buddhist priest? Yeah. I'm definitely going to regret that one. But that's why I'm here. I'm here to learn. I'm here to educate you guys as well as myself. Buddhist priest, you're a man of technology. How did I pull up the chat on my phone? I'm not seeing anything that I can do. But such is life. We'll just do it. What up, Keith? Just a fun, friendly stream. 3 dots in the top right. But I don't see 3 dots in the top right. On my phone, that is. It's been pretty good. Moderation activity. I'm talking on my phone, on my iPhone, but we'll just have to I'll have to look at the chat on my. Yeah, but on my iPhone, I'm not seeing the questions. But we'll just have to. I'll look at my iMac. I'll look at this. And we'll just take it from there. For a nice, simple chat, we'll just go like this. If you want to dance. Yeah, but I can't find it on my iPhone. You know, right now I just have drinking a Rockstar energy drink to get me through the stuff. I'm just, let's see here. Lighting is on. Let's see what that does. That does nothing. Fuck it. Okay, well, I changed it on my iMac, but hold on one second. I got an idea. I'll be back. Oh well. Fuck. Oh well. Fuck it. Nothing is ever easy in my world. So I'm trying to get my chat to pop up on the iPhone. I'm not sure. Oh, which chat I did the phone tour. Yeah, I mean, it probably was a few weeks back, but chat is back. Chat is back. But it's not on my phone. It's not showing up on my phone. Sour milk. Yo, 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 yo. Always a pleasure. I'm going to disappear for 1 second. Hold on. I did get some sleep. Thank you very much. Thank you, Roy Clone, for the gift. It's good to see everyone in the stream. We got some old school soldiers in here. Chad steals credit cards from veterans. Well, you know, this is going to get off to a good start. You know, we don't really do Dabbleverse talk in here, Garrett. Unless someone from the Dabbleverse is in the stream. So we're going to have to, you know, you're going to have to get someone from the Dabbleverse in the stream. Then I can address that situation. So someone call Big Black Newport. Get him in here. He likes to stir it up. He's a shit stirrer. Earl Skakel live in the house. Peter Chicken Man Brennan has disappeared, along with AC/DC. Maybe they're doing like a Thelma and Louise type of vibe. I don't know, but I hope that you know, they come back. I hope that Moses comes back. I hope that Gamboul comes back. Well, your mom didn't seem to think so when I put it in her ass last night. See what I did there, user? I'm too quick. You're never going to be quicker than me. So just smoke some weed, take a nap. If you want me to put you in 24-hour timeout, I will, just so you can, you know, recalibrate. What up, TB? What up, Mr. Ontario? Earl Skakel live on a Tuesday morning. We're just a friendly stream in here. But we got some trolls in here. And that's fine, you know. I fucks with the trolls, and they fucks with me, and most are cool, some aren't. And we just deal with them how we deal with them. What up, Mick Boyle? Thank you, Articulate John. I appreciate that. I appreciate the jewels. That's all right. I have not listened to those songs yet, TB, but I will. I will. TB is now my... TB and Buddhist priests alert me to new music that I might be into. Norm MacDonald was great. Well, I mean, Steve, you're so far back in the closet, I've got to donate you to Goodwill. I'm too fast, Steve. I'm just too quick. Take a knee, join the other guy, sit on each other's laps. Anyone who comes into my stream saying you're gay is obviously gay themselves. Stop projecting in my stream. Well, you've got to tell Dan Soder about me. I don't believe Dan Soder is aware of my comic capabilities, nor should he be. I'm not cool enough to be on Legion of Skanks. When are you going to be on Joe Rogan? Good question. So, I don't know. It's not really up to me, to be honest with you. Hopefully sooner than later. It would help me out tremendously. But, Joe has, he asked me once to be on it, and, we'll see what happens. I'm confident that it would happen. What's my honest opinion of the Austin comedy scene? I mean, there's definitely chinks in the armor. And no, I don't mean ping dang. See what I did there? A little joke there? Side 4. It's a very clean side 4. Great work by Bob Kulick. In terms of the Austin comedy scene, I mean, I don't think it's all it's cracked up to be. I think, you're in with Joe or you're not. And, I think that, there's a reason why a lot of the LA comics are getting the spots, because I don't think the Austin scene is quite strong enough, the Austin scene is basically the LA scene, Friends of Rogan. So, I've done it a few times. I wouldn't say I didn't have a good time, but it's not like I was so blown away. I was like, oh, I gotta fucking move here. So, I think that it's a great place to go if you're in with Joe. If not, I'd stay wherever you're at. Because Joe's ass is like a nightclub, and it's at capacity. So, like someone like me, it wouldn't make sense to go up there, because you just, you can only help so many people. Now, I think I would be a great, interesting. Joe's put a lot of good comedy out, a lot of good comics out there, Ian Edwards, he's exposed to the world, Joey Diaz, and, I think, the Kill Tony crowd is, probably a little worried, because they saw what happened to William Montgomery. And I've seen that happen a lot to Kill Tony comics. You take them out of that environment and you put them in a stand-up show, it doesn't end well usually. So, what up, Connie Lingus? His ace or his ass? I'd enter his ace, but not his ass. I know Shane, but we're not friends. We're not enemies, but Earlverse is alive and well. Thank you very much. High five, protege. So, the Austin scene, I think it started out hot. And, it's definitely died down a little bit. I think the Kill Tony phenomena has taken over the scene, I know people sleeping in their cars driving there to do the show, but, I think what happened to William should be an eye-opener to the Kill Tony style of comedy in front of a real comedy crowd. Not yet, Buddhist Priest. I just woke up. Interesting. I don't know. We'll talk later, Buddhist Priest. I just woke up. I'm jamming to nothing right now. Oh, I'm not hating on the show. I'm just saying, I think it's bad for stand-up because it puts a lot of people in a position they're just not ready for, and they get some, you get some heat from it. There's no doubt about that. But you're putting these people in a position where they're headliners now because they're on Netflix and they don't have 10 minutes, let alone an hour. But that's on them now. I do have a groove. Yes, Days Gone By is Earl's open copyright house band. Oh, I disagree, Roy. I think he started 3 of the biggest pods ever: Rogan's podcast, Your Mom's House, and Kill Tony. I mean, he's the only link between all 3. So, it's just one of those things that Red Band is, I don't think Kill Tony would work without Red Band because he's a comic as well. So he knows the timing of when someone's going to land a punchline and keep his finger on the sound effect machine. And, he's a huge part of the success of Kill Tony. So, and Death Squad, the Death Squad Chronicles was, I don't know if it was ever one of the biggest podcasts in the world, but it was certainly very popular. And, so Red Band is, I don't think you could, you could do Kill Tony without him, and I don't think it would be as good. Just like I think Rogan was better with, no offense to Jamie. Jamie's great, and it's certainly bigger than it's ever been, but I liked Rogan's pod when Red Band was the technical guy. But, it's like, who do you like, Jackie or Artie? But yeah, the Austin scene, I'll say this, the Austin comics were all really nice to me. Both times I've been there. First time I did the Vulcan Gas Company, second time I did the Mothership. I didn't run into one dick. They were all really helpful, and hey, let me get you a gig here. There's a good show here. I actually took over for the Iron Patriot for 2 episodes. So, yes, I do know of the Iron Patriot, but I don't really know him, to be honest with you. I think I was, I don't know, I think I did 2 episodes of the Iron Patriot, and I probably should have stuck with the show. But to be honest with you, when I did the Iron Patriot, the show hadn't taken off yet, so I was kind of like, this show sucks. But, I had fun the one time I was the Iron Patriot, and Ari Shaffir was, we've always had a good fucking chemistry. Yeah, I don't know if I'll do Slap Quest again. I'm not driving to Burbank for free. I'm done working for free. Now you might say, well, then you're done streaming, but I just, to drive to where Slap Quest is done is an hour for me. So it's 2 hours of driving, an hour there. It's just 3 hours of not making $1. I got to stop doing that shit. I'm basically paying to do it with the gas money involved. Yeah, I don't watch the Iron Patriot stream. I've heard he's kind of a dick. He's gone crazy. It's got a fucking, anyone that was associated with Kill Tony in the early days is probably kicking themselves for not sticking it out. The Iron Patriot could be on Netflix right now. Josh Martin, who was one of the producers of early Kill Tony shows, probably is regretting his decision to not work with the show anymore. What up, AB? Yeah, I'm not hating on Burbank. I just I live in West Hollywood, so for me to get to Burbank, usually they film around 2. I gotta leave at 1. I get there right at 2, and then on the way back, it's an even longer drive because of the traffic. And I'm just done, making someone else's podcast better, And I'm the same way with comedy shows. I'm done driving to Redondo Beach on Monday nights for free to play a bar show. I'm just done with shit like that. Well, I mean, I think, listen, Kill Tony, I can understand the appeal of the show. It's like on a much, much bigger level, it's like Roast Battle. I mean, Roast Battle usually was two shitty comics who were good at being mean to each other. Um, so I don't know if it ended when Jeremiah left. I mean, it's never been bigger. Um, so, well, if you don't want to fund my gas money, Blue Nose Petty, I'll do Slop Quest tomorrow. Um, so, I mean, I've got to start moving forward. And I love O'Neill and DeWitt. I mean, it's always fun. I mean, I love Ryan O'Neill, but, I've got to start making my stuff bigger and better and whatnot. I'm sick of making someone else's stream or podcast better. And it's not like I pick up 100 subscribers every time I do it. Um, I mean, I don't watch Kill Tony, so I can't say when to jump the shark. I mean, like anything, the bigger a show gets, um, it, I think, worsens. It's like with music. I mean, Kiss was great those first three albums when they were hungry. The record sales weren't great, so they were really fucking trying to make the best album they could. And then the minute the money started rolling in, it was a disaster. And I didn't watch the first episode of Kill Tony on Netflix, but the general reviews were not good. And they front loaded that episode with their all stars. So, I don't know. What can you do? I mean, I'm not going to watch the second episode or the third episode, and, Kill Tony will survive without my watching of the show. But so I don't mean it like that. It's just one of those things that I don't watch his channel, like someone just asked me. Um, I mean, I think, the early days of Kill Tony in the belly room when there was no one up there, maybe 30, 40 people at the most. I mean, I can see why people left the show, slowly but surely. I mean, I certainly could have been on the show more back then, but, I just, I was involved with Roast Battle, so I didn't want to be on a second show where, it was just basically the vibe of the show was being mean to open mic level comics. Um, so, but you can't argue the show's success. I mean, the fact that they're playing Madison Square Garden 2 times, filling it as well, like that's crazy to me. I mean, I was on some of the belly room shows where, like I said, there weren't 30 to 40 people in it. Like it's really mind blowing to me. Uh, Connie Lingus, you can buy these for a nominal fee of $1,000, so I can buy another pair, and then you can have these. My dog is passed out, sleeping. So thank you for asking. I mean, I don't think the Iron Patriot, to be honest with you, really added much. To be brutally honest, he was absolutely the least funny part of the show. Um, yes, but I don't think I would take a helicopter to do Slop Quest. But I mean, the traffic in it, and it doesn't seem like West Hollywood to Burbank should be that far. You take, from where I live, Viper Room Street, go down Sunset, you make a left on Crescent Heights, you take that to the 101, but then you got to get on the 134, and there's traffic at every single stop. I mean, usually I go to Burbank, what do? I take Sunset to Highland, make a right on Barham, and then a left on Vista. So I see what you did there, Oso Mommy. So this to your house. Not sure what that means, Cunnilingus. I see what you did there, Justin. You guys are really smart in the stream tonight. or today. You don't think I'm going to say that and not know what it means. Dixon cider. Oh, see, I just said it. You won. I quit. I quit. Oh, yes, you guys are real funny. Roy Cohn, of course you're smart. You worked for Donald Trump at one point. Hey, I had no idea you were gay, Roy. I've actually told some jokes that people in the stream have written for me, and they're pretty fucking funny. Why doesn't the NHL have black goaltenders? You try shooting 5-hole on a guy with a foot-long dick. That got a big laugh, to be honest with you. And then Kip Smith wrote the Ralphie May roast joke. When Ralphie died, he was 90% water weight, so that cemetery's a lake. Eldopa. Take Laurel Canyon before 2. Yeah, but when the podcast is at 2 or 3, I've got to kind of take it right in the middle of the madness. Adam Ray's very funny, and his Dr. Phil kills. Like whether you like impressions or not, it kills. Yeah, we don't do jokes in here, Connie Lingus. This is not Kill Tony. This is not potluck at the Comedy Store, the world famous Comedy Store. This is a stand-up comics stream to 25 people, which is a lot of people for me. So, come on, man. We don't do Burger King jokes in here. That joke is so bad, Connie Lingus, I'm going to text Hinchcliffe right now and get you on Kill Tony. Wow. Woo! 30 minutes. We'll go for another few minutes. That joke was so bad, I think I'm going to quit comedy. Connie Lingus, you're out of control. By the way, you just got on Kill Tony next Monday. I'll pay for your plane ticket to Austin. I'll see you at the Vulcan Gas Company. I probably won't go to the mothership, just the window of opportunity. It's too late for me at the mothership. I can't climb over all the unfunny comics who are ahead of me. Interesting. I'm Dabbleverse adjacent. Yeah, but don't go overboard. Someone tweeted the other day, "Hey, Joe, can you have Earl Skakel, the greatest comic of all time, on?" That's not going to help get me on. Now, ideally, the ideal week for me in Austin would be to panel on Kill Tony Monday, to judge Roast Battle at the Mothership on Tuesday, and to do Rogan on Wednesday, making that money, honey. So, never say never, I'm a soldier. And I'm not really, because I do talk about the Dabbleverse, I just prefer not to. I just don't think I have anything to add to Stuttering John or Steel Toe. Interesting. That's a good route, TB. Well, it's just, I appreciate the fans and the friends in the chat trying to get me on these shows, but, you gotta, approach it the right way. And it really would be better if one person tweeted it and then everyone else retweeted it. So if I were to pick one person on X, I'm going to pick Hi-Fi Protege. So hand out your X handle, Hi-Fi Protege, and mention, hey, have Earl on, blah blah blah, and then everyone retweet that. It's just better than 20 people tweeting it out. I reached out to Mayton, but he didn't get back to me. He's probably a little wary of having LA Comics on after the David Lucas fiasco. Well, Buddhist priest, you do. Well, there's that one, who was it? Ari, Rogan, and Hinchcliffe are talking about me wearing leather pants. So, um, maybe clip that and send it to Joe or whatever. I mean, I'm sure Joe doesn't read his ex. I'm sure Jamie does, or maybe Jamie has an assistant or something. I mean, listen, he has asked me to do the show one other time, so it's not like um, the idea is foreign to him. What up, Tom Myers? Now, guys, now we can talk to Appleverse. We have one of the nominees for Super Chatter of the Year, Tom Myers. Well, I don't think I'm very quick. I'm not the funniest comic in the world. Lord knows I've certainly never said that. But Maitan would have he'd have a challenge with me. Um, all right, so go to Hi-Fi Protege's X account. He's just tweeted at Joe. Well, it is. That's the rule, Tom, because if someone from the Dabbleverse is in here, we're then open to discussion. Now, when you leave, that rule goes away. Tom Myers is a soldier. So I'm a big fan of Tom Myers. So, follow Tom, follow everyone. You guys see who's chatting the most. Let's see, Tom Myers, you got ABP, always be promoting. Check out the episode 119 and check out other episodes, to be honest with you. She Got Firehead. That might be my new favorite screen name. Hello, hit the subscribe button. She Got Firehead. Or maybe you're a dude. Maybe you like Doom. Who knows? Is Doom a guy or is Doom a girl? I don't care. I might order a burrito after this. I need some fuel for my fire. I'll be watching the King game tonight. Kings play the Washington Capitals, possibly Alexander Ovechkin's last game in LA. So I'll be watching it at home by myself and Lois. Hi, Joe. Earl Skakel. Go ahead and do it. Well, piggyback on Hi-Fi Protege's thing. And just, be cool. Don't, act like I told you guys to do it. Interesting, TB. Where do you get your... Well, you're in... well, I don't want to dox you. You're in not California anymore. Put the link, Hi-Fi Protege, in here if you can. I don't know if you can do that shit, but... this is a good time to go live. I see I've got 31 people in here. As soon as I say that, it goes down to 25, so never mind. Well, I mean, Ovechkin's, he's still scoring goals. I'm a Tom Wilson guy. I love those. Yeah, but, IR Noah 1, Noah 1. It's still the go-to credit you want in stand-up comedy. I mean, if you asked any comic, what show do you want to go on? What podcast? It's Joe all the way. It's just the reach and the clipping elements of it, and it's just that's. I mean, most comics would rather do that than the Tonight Show. So, I mean, that's crazy. I have a friend of mine who just did the Tonight Show, and to show you how little late night TV comedy means, literally the next day they were at an open mic, and they weren't even the headliner of it. So, now don't get me wrong, I'd still love to do the Tonight Show or any of the, late night with Seth Meyers, or I think Kimmel at one point had stand up, but Rob Delaney did so bad that they stopped having stand up on Kimmel. I don't think I could I got too many ex-girlfriends who'd come into the political fray, go, well, he did this to me. Well, he did that to me. Well, guess what? I got some receipts for you too, Hunty. Sorry, I got too real there. Yes, shout out to Buddhist Priest. Thank you very much. Well, I mean, I don't know if you're not calling Joe a comedian. The guy fucking sells out arenas. So I do take Flintstone vitamins. I used to fucking just gobble those. I put God no. I'm surprised I have any teeth. Oh, you mean Kimmel? Well, Kimmel's funny. I mean, he's been on the air a long time. Listen, if you're not funny, you get canceled pretty fast. But sometimes you don't. There's some outliers in this business. It's just one of yeah. But you eat hot dogs. You put them up your ass. Hello! Don't you think a gay guy would kill it in a hot dog eating contest? Just 40 dogs in the mouth, 40 up the ass. He's at 80, while Chestnuts is at 12. Yeah, we don't talk about Charlie Kirk in here. You got, yeah, 100% TB, because just talking about LA comedy ain't doing it. Um, I are no one. I will. I'll agree with you on that one. I mean, based on comedy ability, I should be much more known than I am. But, it just doesn't work like that. I'm not bitter or anything. I'm just saying, I should be more known. I should have a stream with 400 or 500 people in it. I am an underdog. I'm like Rocky fighting Spider Rico. So, yeah, 100% right place, right time. I mean, on the opposite side of that, the one night I was killing, and I rarely kill. I do well. I do good most nights. But the one night at Roast Battle where I was fucking just murdering, just home run line after a home run line after a home run line. And that's where I met Tyler, the Creator. And, you know, that was just right place, right time. I mean, what are the odds? And Gerard Carmichael, he's the one who brought him up there that night. What if he doesn't bring him up there that night? Then I'm not on any cartoons. I'm not with the #1 voiceover agency. I mean, that one night, I'm not going to say it changed my life, but it definitely made my life better. Yeah, I mean, I've tried that a few times. It doesn't really work. But that also, Against All Odds, great movie. I love, love, love Richard Widmark in Against All Odds as Ben Caxton, the book. Because, when you do the clickbait title, you'll fool people once or twice, and then they'll be like, okay, well, the title was misleading. Fuck that guy. Yeah, I mean, I've tried the live stream on the streets a lot. I might do one where I walk to the Comedy Store from my condo. That's about a 20-minute walk. I don't like live streaming at the store. Now, I might live stream this Sunday night at the store because it's the Christmas party. And there's always some freaks there. So, yeah, I mean, I'm TB. I'm trying, baby. I mean, I'm trying. Listen, that's what, Matt Rife 5-6 years ago in LA literally couldn't get booked in this town. He couldn't get on Potluck at the Comedy Store. The only show he got on regularly was his show at the Laugh Factory. So it was his show. So, and he went viral with a couple videos, and bam, he's playing, I think, where the Flyers play. I think he sold out the whatever that arena is called. So, like, you just need one person or one video to make it happen. The Comedy Store, Tom, now tapes every show. So belly room shows are taped. Main room, that's where all my clips come from, are my main room sets. Original room tapes. So wrong place, wrong time for you. Yeah, I mean, we'll figure it out. Hi-fi. Well, Justin, I can't roast you because I know nothing about you. Actually, don't give me money to roast you because I don't know anything about you. So I would literally just be like Clearwater Chad staring into the camera. That'd be a funny name for a special, Tom. Tom Myers, wrong place, wrong time. What up, D-Waver? In the house. We'll go about another 15 minutes, guys. So thank you. Get your questions in. Ask Tom Myers a question. Maybe you, too, can be a guest on the Tom Myers Experience? Will the Comedy Store open another club in the U.S.? If so, where would you like it to go up? They had a great club in Vegas. I wasn't doing comedy at the time, but Vegas is, there's a lot of comedy in Vegas, but most of it's pretty bad. I mean, Wise Guys literally headlines open mic comics with zero TV credits. So, and I think it would probably help the booker of the Comedy Store, Rose, if she could throw comics in Vegas. Maybe some comics who don't get a lot of spots could headline Vegas or whatever. I know a couple years ago when I was in the main room, the manager came up to me and said, "Hey, there's some investors from Vegas here. You better do good tonight." So, yeah, but I mean, I think if you did it in the right way, like the Cellar works at the Rio, I think they do pretty good. I know Brad Garrett's comedy club does pretty good, and Brad Garrett's pretty hands-on, which is cool. Well, I mean, I don't think you could have like, unless you're getting names like Dice and Fluffy. I would say a nice 200 seater in the lobby of, I don't know, the Win or the Fountain Blue. Because here's the thing. Here's the weird thing about comedy clubs in Vegas is the casinos don't really want you in the comedy club. They want you out there losing fucking money. You can't gamble if you're watching me do stand up. So, oh, sorry, TB. What was your idea? Let me go back in the New York groove, TB. My looking at the Okay, hold on. Live streams out on the streets, standout moments that'll generate traction. I agree with that, TB. Um, you know, I've done. I've done a lot of live in the streets, so running you around Thai Town would be fun. Earl, are you in the Vegas area? No, I'm in Los Angeles, David. I am an underdog, and I'm gonna reach out to the producer of my documentary. For those of you new to my, oh, cool, David. Well, hit the like and subscribe button, baby doll. Next comment. You missed my idea, and because I respect you so much, TB, I'm gonna look it up. I see. I see. Live streams out on the streets, standout moments that generate traction. Yeah, no, I've done that. I just haven't had any. You need a stream shtick, something that puts eyes on you. 100%. Um, I think TB's awesome, man. Local, or he was in LA, so we have a lot in common. Um, I mean, I know my stream is very low tech. I'd probably have to hire a producer to spruce it up. But right now I don't have a lot of money coming into this stream, so I don't want to lose money doing this stream. Right now I'm not making money, but I'm not losing money. So Earl, you could go doc or mockumentary style bids, going to all the heavy metal video shoot places and giving folks a history lesson. I did do that with the Rat video, Back for More, where we hit every location, which is really a 5-block radius on Melrose. So check that out. God bless. God bless the alien cowboy farmer. Well, I'm not going to invest money in something that I'm not making money in. I know you invest money to make money, but to hire a producer, to maybe have a more interesting background than my kitchen. I understand that. No, 100%. 100%. I will never forget the ones. Trust me, I'm a very loyal person, which is why I'm so. Yeah, well, I mean, I know, Sean, you got to to make money, you got to spend money. But I do like the way my stream is heading. I mean, I don't know how many subscribers I have right now. I think it's 4,440 almost. This time last year I had about maybe 2,000. So I've doubled the growth of my channel, which I'm proud about. But obviously, when you compare my streams to, say, Kevin Brennan's, who has, 800 people in his streams, Shuli has 1,000 people, um, you know, other streams have, anywhere from 700 to 1,000 people. I'm lagging behind, but I do have the want and the will. And, interacting with us, that's another thing, Keith. I love answering questions. I love talking about comedy. Um, and I'm not streaming to get you guys to super chat me. Frankly, I'd rather have the subscriptions right now. And then when I get to 10 to 20,000 subscribers, that's where I think the super chats would come in. Um, I like the way my channel is growing. So TB, am I missing your questions? What is going on here? I saw the last one I see from you says nope. TB, no. Next comment. You missed my idea. All right, I'm gonna get this thing if it kills me. Live streams out in the streets, standout moments that generate some traction. Yeah, maybe I interview homeless people. I don't know. I mean, that could get me the wrong attention. But here's the funny thing. I don't smoke. I've never done a drug in my life. So, yeah, I don't like having guests on, because then I'm just like every other Dabbleverse guest. Drive around shirtless. Okay. I'm sorry, TB. I'm reading the chat off my iMac, so they don't show me certain comments, I guess. Believe me, I'm thinking of every idea I can to get more eyes into this stream. Now I'll do a podcast from time to time where I'll interview someone. So, but, interviewing homeless people, that could be like a weird niche, but, that'd be very one note. I think after a few homeless people would be like, okay, this isn't really funny. Joke of the day, I thought about doing that. Sometimes I do a joke of the day when it's just me in this background. Yeah, I don't do a puppet. I'm not Tukey. Oh, does he? I don't find Tukey funny, but like I understand why he's popular. In a pink convertible Corvette. What am I, Angeline? Hello. What made you want to stream? Ultimately, my goal is to get people to come to my comedy shows. And I like talking. I like interacting with fans and potential fans. And, streaming is a good way to get my name out there. Obviously 4,400 subscribers isn't the most amount, but it's a decent enough amount where, my technical advisor, William Zoom, told me that, of all his streams that he watches, streams really seem to pick up the pace after you hit 5,000 subs. So, I'm trying to, build a YouTube channel. I've been on TV enough to say I've been on TV. I'm certainly not famous, but I'm more known than most comics. So, I'm trying to just have the comedy shorts or where I'm concentrating my energies as well as the live stream. And, what up, Ron? Yeah, that's the idea, to have just that one stream hit the algorithm and bam, people watch the stand-up shorts. And that's how Matt Rife did it. Matt Rife put out hundreds of videos, crowd work video after crowd work video after crowd work video, one hit, and now the motherfucker's playing arenas. Now, I'm not saying I expect that because he's, 30 years younger than me, but, you could get something good out of it. Yeah, I like my streaming community. Obviously, I wish there was more people in here. Yeah, 100% Blue Nose Petty. I try and live chat twice a day, maybe once in the morning, once at night. I've streamed as many as 4 to 5 times in a day, just hour streams. I don't do the, the 9 to 10 hour streams like Perry does, or, I know the Win by Two, John, he's done several 5 to 6 hour streams. I mean, Matt Rife has a pretty good life, to be honest with you. But, he's someone that oddly enough, even though he's a lot younger than me, I look up to from the standpoint of, he was getting no fucking work in this town. And then he just said, fuck it, I'll make my own way. People buy live views. I won't say who, but most buy 500 live views at a time. Well, that's the one thing I'm proud of. I don't have one fake subscriber on YouTube, to my knowledge. I don't buy fake views. I did that for my podcast. I kind of felt dirty about it. But, I just, this time I'm doing it the right way. I was just, when I bought downloads for my podcast, I was like a natural bodybuilder competing in the Mr. Olympia, because my friend who's a publicist said, bro, everyone's buying views and downloads. You got to do the same, or, you're never going to get a bigger guest. So I was like, fuck it. It's like that scene in North Dallas 40 where, the whole movie, Nick Nolte is shooting up, doing whatever he can to fucking play the big game. And then there's the running back who won't do any needles or drugs. He just gets like massage treatments. And at the end of the movie, when the big game's about to play and he has a hurt knee, he just looks at the needle next to him and goes, fuck it, and takes it. So, yeah, fake it till you make it, 100%. It's one of my favorite scenes, where they bring in Nick Nolte to shoot up before the big game in front of this guy. And so Nick Nolte leaves. He just looks at the guy and goes, better living through chemistry. And then the running back, who actually, he just passed away in real life, Tommy Riemann. He played running back in the NFL. He's looking at the needle. He looks at his knee, looks at the needle, pauses, and goes, fuck it, and takes it. So that's how I felt with the downloads. But I'm not going to buy views or whatever from my YouTube channel. Yeah, Nick Nolte almost played Han Solo. Perry King, who's a pretty big actor in the 70s, almost played Han Solo. William Cott auditioned for Luke Skywalker, I think. And Glenn Thurman, who played the mayor in The Wire, I believe he auditioned for Han Solo and got fairly high up in the process. So we'll go another 5 more minutes, guys. I appreciate you putting up with the technical difficulties in the stream earlier. Didn't know about... Yeah, Perry King, very good-looking guy. I could maybe see him as Han Solo. It's not like Harrison Ford was a big name back then. He was probably a bigger name than Perry King, but, it's like the Miami Vice casting. Larry Wilcox was almost Don Johnson's part. Gary Cole was almost Sonny Crockett. That's a tough one. I love Nick Nolte and North Dallas 40. I'll tell you one of my favorite character actors who plays a no-nonsense tough guy, and it's really the same role in every film, is the great G.D. Spradlin, who played the coach in North Dallas 40, basically mimicking Tom Bradley, Tom Landry. Great as the basketball coach in One-on-One with Robbie Benson, and awesome as the corrupt senator in Godfather 2. And here's the crazy thing. He started acting at 50. So, Gary Cole, not Gary Goldman. Bronson, great tough. Oh shit, D Waiver, $2. Thanks for all the cool backstories, man. You rule. Well, you know what happens when that happens, D Waiver. You take the midnight subway train. You're calling all the shots. What rat song is that? What you talking about, Willis? The Buddy Holly story. Gary Busey, awesome in that. You know, here's the thing that nobody knows about the Buddy Holly story, and hell, maybe nobody cares. But Stymie from the Little Rascals was in a very quick scene, and it's one of my favorite scenes in the movie where Buddy Holly and the Crickets play the Apollo for the first time, and Stymie was the stage manager, and it's a pretty funny scene, and he's still got the little boiler hat on. Thank you, Waver. TB gets it. You take the midnight subway train. You're calling all the shots. You strip a lightning. You're in love. You take the evening one-on-one. You're only living to have fun. See what happens to me when I get $2? I'm rich. I'm trying to go live a little earlier, you know, around 9 or 10 my time, just to see how I do in the mornings. You know, and then, you know, maybe I'll go live at night. I'm probably going to stop going live at like 3 or 4 in the morning my time, just because the numbers aren't great. I know, isn't that crazy? Hey, Frodessel, you know, not the greatest joke, but I'll give you credit for trying. You know, but when I go live at 2, 3 in the morning, that's usually the only time I get the Yonder Wizard bump. So, you know, which Yonder Wizard on average brings in 500 to 2,000 people in my stream. So that's pretty fucking dope for me. No problem, Pro Dizzle. I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't get cocky. You know, it wasn't the worst joke, but it wasn't the best joke. So your time is not real time. Well, my sleep schedule is kind of wonky. Like, I'll probably take a nap right now. It's 10:30 in the morning in Los Angeles. And then I'll get up. I might take yoga. It's cold gin time again. Diddle diddle dee doo doo. You know it's the only thing that keeps us together. Doo 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 doo. It's time to leave and get another quart. Around the corner at the liquor store, the cheapest stuff is all I need to get me back on my feet again. You get the picture. I got the pipes. Read my last comment. TB, a lot of your comments aren't, you're in love. That's the last thing. On my iMac, you might be getting some comments blocked, message held for review, and I'm not seeing them. So what, Tim? It's probably about in the high 50s right now. So when is the last time I took a bubble bath? I'm a shower guy. But like if I had a nice house, thanks to Super Chats, I would take a bubble bath. All right, well, let me see top comments. Let me see newest comments. Live chat, all messages are visible. All right, here we go. Thank you, Buddhist Priest. My dad and his friend got tired of Robert Blake picking on and bullying the neighborhood kids, so they took his rope from Red Ryder and tied him up and left him in the front yard. Good fuck, yeah, fuck Robert Blake. The guy killed his wife, man. All right, so now we're back. Thank you, Buddhist Priest. I could move to Austin, Texas, and do a stand-up show. You know, maybe you'll get on Rogan before I do. The fuck? Well. Here's the thing: my chat isn't coming up on my phone because I set it not for for kids. So I had to go in the iMac, and so I'm seeing the chat round and round. Will love will find a way, just give it time. Round and round, what goes around comes around. I tell you why. Out on the streets, that's where we meet. I'm getting closer to the age of the butler in that video. Yeesh. Yes, thank you, Buddhist Priest. Sorry, TB. I didn't want you to think I was annoying you, ignoring you, and annoying you. So maybe a live stream in the tub, you know, maybe a live stream in my bed, you know, when I got one of my foxy ladies. As Bill Gazzari said, I loved 18-year-olds when I was 18. I really like them now. Crazy Eddie, my prices are insane. Crazy Earl. My friend has a vintage Crazy Eddie shirt. I've tried to buy it off of her, but she's a bitch. Like most women in my life. Yeah, you might get older, but the girls get younger. Hello. I would go to Detroit if I could headline whatever comedy club is there. So, you have a popular YouTube channel. You can also headline most clubs in the country because they're just going to look at your YouTube page and goes, holy shit, this guy's 100,000 subscribers. He's got to be funny. Yeah, Matthew McConaughey, Dazed and Confused. Come on, check. I'm too quick, baby. All right, we'll go another 5 minutes, guys, and then I'm going back to bed. SCBID show. Sup? California is not the best state in the country because you get taxed on your taxes. And I live here. And Gavin Newsom is our fearless leader. And you guys are going to see how shitty Gavin Newsom is when he becomes president in 2 years. You move to Doheny. Doheny has some nice Doheny Road, not Doheny Drive. Doheny Road has some fat houses. So, do you typically dream during your midday naps? Not really. I dream a lot at night. And a lot of times I don't remember my dreams, but I'll remember like a snippet, like a clip of a dream. So do you, let me see here. Problem with Cali is every a-hole from everywhere lives there too. Well, especially in the entertainment business, they're the hot chick in, Steubenville, Ohio. So they think, oh, I'll just go to LA and charm everyone. Well, they don't realize as soon as they get off the bus or the turnip truck, oh, every other hot chick from every small town's out here too. Hello, goodbye. Do you dream during your sets? No, I'm not that absent-minded. Oh, no way, Waver. No way. She has no chance. Yeah, I mean, listen, you guys have some good ideas. A California 5 is a Missouri 8. Vegas has women. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Vegas. I don't drink. I don't gamble, really. I mean, the women in Vegas, if you're hot, you don't stay in Vegas. 100% not all the girls are hot in LA. Look at Roast Battle. You got some fucking animals on that show. You got girls on that show with no feet, 70, 80 pounds overweight. I mean, you got girls from Roast Battle who went to prom in a Dickies outfit. So, yeah, I mean, no city has 100%. I mean, Miami has some beautiful women, but I saw some real slobs there too. Steph told him exactly, Cindy, sweetie. Steph, if you're watching this, I know she lurks from time to time in here. He said it, I didn't. Trust me, I know. Well, I mean, it's just there's no rhyme or reason as to what hits in the world of comedy. I did more than just like that, if you know what I'm saying. Sorry, I got a booger in my eye. There's just no rhyme or reason. I mean, like I've said many times. No, I mean, Chicken Man has a deep history of the Comedy Store and the New York comedy scene. So there's no way Steph Tolev would know someone like, say, Kenny Tenney, who was a real obscure LA open micer. I don't want to know who Chicken Man is. It would ruin the character for me. Well, they don't do that for Joe Urell. Hey, that's a real deep LA comedy reference that probably nobody gets. So, It's one of those things that could it be Russell Peters? No, I mean, who- Russell Peters would have no idea who Johnny Zapp is. The names that Chicken Man throws out there are such deep cuts in LA comedy. You'd have to be either a door guy from that time frame or a comic who never made it, who's funny, but they're just kind of bitter. But he also knows a lot about the New York scene. So, uh, um, you know. Yeah, but he's not because Peter Brennan would have no idea who Johnny Zapp and Kenny Tenney are. Uh, well, could be Red Band. No, I mean, Red Band would have zero clue as to who Kenny Tenney is. Maybe Kevin's unfunny brother named Peter, Russell Peter. Hey, I mean, I don't know. It's got to be an LA comic who was around the Comedy Store from say 2000 to 2010, maybe even 2000 to 2006. So it's I don't want to know though. It's like when Chad told me that he was the Jan Michael Vincent account, it ruined the account for me. It's like I don't want to know who Stand Up Batman is. Um, so yeah, but I don't think Rick Ingram would know much about the New York comedy scene. Um, Bent Rod. That maybe that's my new stage name. I want my stage name to be Dick Hammer. So, all right, guys, Michael Roof. No, I mean it could. You're talking to like if you're an LA comedy nerd, like someone like say a Dan Bilak, which you guys probably don't know who he is, but he was a Comedy Store guy. Could be Seamus, who used to answer the phones at the store. Could be the Great One. Um, yeah, well, how'd fucking Stancil work out for her? She's now doing comedy in the desert. Nobody 15 years into comedy should be doing comedy in Palm Springs. I stopped doing Palm Springs probably 3 years into comedy. You do it, but like, you're 15 years in, you're not past at one club in the country. That ain't a good sign. But, I wish her well. How'd life without Earl work out for you? A couple girls could answer that question. Um, so, but I digress. Earl Skakel in the house. You guys have been cool. I appreciate the love. I'll probably stream a little bit tonight watching the LA Kings take on Tom Wilson, Alexander Ovechkin. Well, nothing's the matter with Palm Springs, but Palm Springs isn't exactly known as a comedy hotbed. So, they've got like a couple shitty bar shows out there. So, those are gigs you do 2, 3, maybe 5 years into comedy. But when you're 15 years into comedy, you shouldn't be going to Palm Springs other than to vacation. But, we're all on our own path. And I wish everyone in my past great success. You ain't going to get it. And life ain't better without Earl, baby doll. But, yeah, or that's where AIDS goes to retire. I have visual AIDS. I got hit in the head with a film projector. Pew! Earl Skakel over and out.